She's here, I did here.
Hello. Who are you?
I'm Anu.
Hi Anu, this is Kaushal here from Channel 9.
I work for VSTS. I
Okay.
need to go into this specific. This is Abhinaba.
Hi.
Hi Abhinab.
The dev on this team. And that is Khushbu. She's our main lady for today.
Hello Kushbu.
No, I'm not the main lady. They were supposed to do this. They're different. She's our CS. Yeah.
So tell me what you guys are going to talk about today.
We work for team build in particular. This is a part of VSTS.
Okay.
VSTS is a software lifecycle tool which gives you an end-to-end integration of all source control, work item tracking, build lab out of the box and stuff like that. So today we can demo team build, which is what our particular product is.
That's great. So can we get started on that?
Sure. Don't blame me if the comp's too slow. So I assume folks are familiar with VS. So we have a small solution here with a class library. That's a C# class library, and I have a small test in that. A function which just returns a 1, a dummy thing. And VSTS actually comes with a VST queue, which is the test queue where you can generate all kinds of cool tests on your project. Unit tests being what I'm demoing here. So all you need to do is right click and say create unit tests, and voila, you have a test project with a particular test on top of it. So what really team build is, Abhinab will explain.
So team build is actually a build lab in a box kind of a system where you can set up a build server.
Okay.
And from any client machine you can configure and fire builds using the Team Foundation server onto this build machine. And you get a very detailed report outlining all bugs that were fixed in that build, all files that were checked in to create that build, and you get a very detailed report on it. You also get this report over the web, so it's not necessary that you need to install VS to see the report, and you can configure it such that emails are fired. You can configure builds that for your team, which every team member that you're supposed to use. You can do all those kind of things.
Okay. And these reports are available offline as well?
Yes.
Okay, so we are set for the demo. In VSTS we have something called a portfolio project or team project. So a team project is actually a collection of all VS solutions. Any given team can check in all their entire code in one particular team project, and you have work items associated with it, which are typically bugs or OGS or scenarios associated with that. And you have docs. You can store all your design docs, process guidance docs, etc. at one place. And these are the reports, which are actually called Rosetta reports. We'll look at that later. This is what we are building here in Hyde. This is team builds. So you actually go and create a new team build type for all the sources that you've checked in into that team project. Say I want to name this build type as build type 1, surface. And then in the next tab, right, you actually get to see what all solutions are checked in under that team project. So I just created that dummy class library and stuff like that, right? So that is called solution with tests. So I can choose what all solutions I want to build in this tab. So for simplicity's sake, let me choose just this. You can actually choose multiple solutions and reorder them in which order you want it to get built and stuff like that.
Okay.
So let's choose just solution with tests for now. And this gives you the platform and configuration that you would like to build it in. You have a lot of options which are common platforms and stuff, and you can also edit that. So this page is to show which build machine do you actually want to build it on. You have to give the name of a machine which is configured with our DMs queue. VSTS has a separate build machines queue where we install the build server. It's a pretty lightweight queue. And this is the directory on which you want to build. Say, let's call it D build demo. And this is the drop where you will actually get all your built DLLs. So I have a scratch folder on my machine. This has to be a UNC share where you have read-write permissions for the account that's actually doing the build. So run tests is an interesting option. So I just showed the tests, the unit tests that we had on the class library. You can run tests as part of the build process. So this is the metadata file that actually contains the tests, and I want to run this test list. This can contain multiple tests. And we are all set to go. It shows us what all we chose here, so you want to edit it, you go back and edit it, or just say finish. So what really happens in the background is it goes and generates this .proj file, which is buildable by MS-Build, the formal build engine that MSFT is shipping. So here we go, we have this build type 1 created under team builds. So all you need to do now is say build, and you get this launch build dialog. So you can actually configure here too. I say build. Oh, please choose build. Alright.
Let's hope it doesn't cock up now.
So Abhinaba is the dev who wrote that, so we can bait him up and
Don't worry, we know the people who know who can fix the bugs.
Yeah.
oh good. So it's actually
All of this come up in front of demos.
this is the report that we show while the building is going on.
Okay, so I see 0 errors.
Yes. So it actually compiled well. It's running tests on the compiled DLLs right now. And it's called build details report. You get to see which. Oh, cool. So it built and all tests ran. So build steps actually denote the chronological order in which all these events happened. It initialized, synced the sources, compiled it, ran tests, and ultimately copied it to drop location. So this hyperlink here takes you to the built DLLs.
Could you do that again?
This hyperlink here, you click on it and it takes you to the actual compiled DLLs, the drops. So this is what we built in this build type.
Okay.
And you have a build log with it, which gives a more detailed report of what it actually built, which files, etc., etc. And this is the test results. So we actually ran some tests on it, right? We want to see what happened to them. Ouch. Sorry. Okay, we can also take a look at it from here. This is the TRX file, so it shows what all tests ran on it, and voila, this is the test we ran. And it ran on this comp and it actually passed. So typically we expect to have a lot of tests here that run on this particular build, and they're usually BVTs. So if any of them fail, we call it out as this build has failed because these tests have failed kind of thing.
Okay.
And these are the associated chain sets which we believe is a big value add. So this actually shows what all chain sets have been associated with this particular build, which means what all we have checked in before the previous build. Between the last build and this build, this many check-ins have gone into the build, and upon clicking it, we are supposed to be showing, yeah, cool, we're supposed to be showing the chain set details. So this is what we added. We added a folder called try, and these are associated work items. So in case a dev makes a check-in that's actually fixing a bug or something, he goes and associates some work items with that check-in. So these work items actually get fixed during this build process. It goes and updates the fixed in build field to this particular build number that's generated. So type 1 whatever. And this is actually what we offer by default, this build naming scheme. You can also change it by adding a custom task in the team build.charge. Associated work items, we have nothing that in these chain sets, so we have an empty tab there. But it actually shows up what all work items got fixed in this particular build. And in case of a build failure, which is not so uncommon scenario, what we do is fail the build and open a work item. Work item is nothing but a bug in VSTS. We open a bug and with a given priority and severity and attach the build log and say this is a build failure and call that out with that. You also have a facility to run code analysis on it. Sorry, I missed showing that in the wizard. You can run static analysis and bring out those warnings. Do you want a demo report or data report? Okay, so this is what we have right now, and we have this cool website called teamsystemrocks.com. So this is
It's a blog?
it's not really a blog, it's a website which has a lot of stuff about team build community. It also has links to all blogs that team system folks are writing, as well as it has a link to the forums newsgroup forums that we have for team systems. And we have a couple of cool tutorials here.
So what's the URL again?
http://teamsystemrocks.com.
Great.
Right, so let's show you this.
It kind of looks like a blog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you've already written a disclaimer, do not let the lack of graphical design scare you away. It's still under development, technically. So here,
I guess that's where Expression comes in. You know, Expression was just launched today. At the PVC.
yeah, I read about that. So this blog, interestingly, is from a team builder who sits here. His name's Chaitanya. He just made this blog today. We have a lot of bloggers on our team, Abhinaba being the guy who blogs most often.
That's cool. So you already know what channel line, I'm sure.
Yep. So I saw some videos before coming here,
Okay.
so that we don't goof off real bad.
These are really sideways.
You couldn't possibly goof off. This is what you do for a living.
So we can meet our team.
Sure.
Let's go around. Ask Chaitanya is listening. He has a few interesting stuff in his school. Okay, this is Nagendra.
Hello, Nagendra. This is channel line.
Hi.
So tell us more about yourself.
Okay. I'm working in this IDC button where we develop enterprise tools. We have some source control called team system source control. And we are developing the converter tools from existing source control systems to our new source control system so that they existing customers need not throw away their data. They can just take the data, they can migrate to a new system and they can really start working.
Cool.
So VSS is one legacy source control system. And we develop VSS converter, which basically takes the data and puts in new source control system.
Okay.
And the key in that.
Great.
Thanks.
Converters is the key connecting piece that we are developing here in IDC.
All right.
So that we customers can actually move over from their existing source control or work item tracking systems to what VSTS has to offer.
Okay.
We are actually building 4 converters, out of which we are shipping 2. This is Ankur. Hey,
Hello, Ankur.
he's a dev on the converters.
So do you know channel line?
Yeah, you're from there?
Yep.
Okay.
Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
So what do you do?
I'm a converter dev. I'm working on VSS converter and SD converter.
Okay.
So VSS is a tool that we ship for external customers. It's for small people, and we migrate from VSS all your data to Visual Studio Team Foundation,
Okay.
so that you can continue working. SD is an internal source code control that we use, and we are doing that so that every team in Microsoft itself can move to Team Foundation.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. See you around.
This is our testing. Hey.
Hi, who are you?
I'm doing good.
And who are you?
Who am I? I'm Jijo.
$1 million question.
Tell me what is it about, first of all?
So this is channel line. Do you know about channel line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm Jijo.
Okay.
So I'm the lead in converter team.
So tell us more about what you do as a tester.
Microsoft for last 2.5 years.
Okay.
And our team is developing converter tools, which helps customers to adopt VSTS.
That's great.
Alright, so that was more or less the QA team. We have the dev sitting here. He's Manish. He
Hi,
writes
Manish.
blogs for team system.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you're a great blogger as well.
This is regarding.
This is channel line. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, I'm a dev in Big Build. I'm handling the scripting part of the build process.
Okay.
All the backend code, which is how the build process actually happens, and how the MS build, how team build is using MS build to run the build, and how to customize it. All that integration stories
Okay. Okay.
under my ownership.
Okay.
That's it.
That's great.
Thanks.
This is
Ah, we know you.
Yeah. So I'm also a dev in team build,
Right.
and I mainly own the UI
Okay.
and some other stuff, but mainly the UI.
Okay. So that's why you know about Expression.
Yeah, I know what expression is.
And who's that?
My daughter,
Wow, she's cute. What's her name?
Prokiti.
Okay. What does that mean?
nature in Bangla.
Prakriti, okay.
Yeah, we call it Prakriti. I insist on the word too.
Prakriti.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
This is Suhas.
Hello, Suhas.
Hi.
This is Channel 9.
Yes, hi.
So tell us more about you, Suhas.
I'm Suhas Deshmukh, part of QA team for BigBig.
Okay.
So that's it. I'm working on mainly on the client side part.
Okay.
And
great.
we did the dog fooding for
Yeah, I'm involved in stress
Dog fooding for?
dog fooding for team build.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Like using team build to build our team foundation sources.
Okay, okay. Cool.
internally. And this is Niti.
Hi,
Sorry, I didn't get the name.
Niti.
Who are you? Niti.
I'm Niti.
Hi, Niti.
I'm in the QA team
Okay,
for BSDS
okay.
team build. That's it.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
We have some key folks and team build team waiting for an interview. Oh, I just moved something good.
Oh yeah, there are Gautam's dev lead. He's at the PDC.
Oh yeah, of course.
And this is our test manager for team. And we came to take your interview for Times of India.
Hello everyone, who are you?
I'm Dinesh Bhatt. I work as test manager in IDC Burton team.
Okay. This is not Times of India, this is Channel 9.
I know.
So say hello to everybody and tell us more about what you do.
Hi, this is Abhishek Mathur. He's our PM.
Abhishek?
3 days back, so not much to say.
Oh, that's great. So you're new to Microsoft or you're new to the team?
I'm new to the team. I've been in Microsoft 2.5 years now.
Okay,
Just moved into this team 3 days back.
that's great. And new to Hyderabad?
Not new to Hyderabad either.
Okay,
Been in Hyderabad for 2.5 years now.
okay, great. So you guys tell me more about Hyderabad and the food here, the places to visit. What do you think people should visit here? What kind of cuisines are the best? I've heard a lot about the Hyderabadi biryani here.
Yeah, good, but a bit spicy, I guess.
You should visit Bawarchi for best biryani.
Bawarchi.
I love you.
Where is that?
Yeah.
You don't know IMAX, so I...
So see,
Oh, I know IMAX. I've explained here.
it's not travel record. I saw 3 movies in the last 4 years, so it's a record that I hold.
Wow.
Movies I see.
So biryani is Hyderabad, right? Biryani, Hyderabad house to Paradise to Bawarchi. Lot of biryani. Very nice.
That's great. Great.
But skip the Michka Salan. They say it's good, I will like it. Anyway, biryani is good, but
So that's the spicy part.
yeah.
Yeah, so you should also visit Ramoji Films here, mini Hollywood here.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I'm told a lot of ministers and actors and actresses stay there.
Yeah. So that's all a place to see.
Okay.
And I still think Hyderabad is not better than Bangalore.
Okay.
Side of caution thinking so.
Come on, at least they don't dance. At least they don't ban dancing here.
Not really, but you wouldn't mind.
A very funny story. One of my guests from Redmond had come over and he was like, I want to go to Fusion 9 and T2 on Friday night and there'll be rocking party and stuff like that, and we went on Friday night and there was nobody. 2 of us on the disco floor. Nobody was there. You should go DNC's and I think that.
DNC is supposed to be cool, yeah?
And 10 Downing Street. Yeah. T2 is not a place to go anymore. It's like, well, it's only disco section.
Okay, that's great. So anything else you guys want to talk about?
Oh, we already gave our product demo.
Okay. I think we already met Paramesh.
Oh, you met
We've
Paramesh?
already met Paramesh yesterday.
Problem is Puru. He's around. So yeah.
The meeting there is
He's always busy, so.
Okay, sir, I'll call you in 5 minutes.
Hi there, sorry to disturb you.
Calm to see if he was actually working or
Yes,
probably
so-
website.
I'm actually working here.
Here, that's what. So who are you? Tell us more about yourself.
I'm Purushottam Kulkarni for short.
Okay. I think we bumped into you yesterday, didn't we? Yes.
We did.
But we didn't
I'm
go
part
quite.
of this wonderful team of Visual that works in Visual Studio Team System.
Okay. We met the most of the team. Pretty enthusiastic people. That's a great team you have
It's a
here.
good team. Joined about 6 months back. Is it 6 months? Yeah, 6 months back.
Okay.
It's been wonderful.
He's a group manager, so basically he holds the whip and whips us when we are not doing enough work.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, but so far I've not had to use that stuff.
That's
Oh
good.
God! That is for years of 6 months, but it's not true. He's only in the team for 6 months. How many years?
Yeah, I've been in Microsoft for 14 plus.
14 plus years. Wow. So you and Parmesh pretty much.
More, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Parmesh is 17 plus.
That's great. So I think you are the stalwarts, the, what do you say?
Microsoft veteran.
Microsoft veterans.
Old people.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Not old.
Ship
Veterans.
it Splunk, really.
Which one?
Ship it Splunk. I kind of am
Yeah, not some like the consumer products, unlike.
So those are all the products you've shipped so far?
Yeah.
You've had
It's like, unlike Parmesh, right? I worked on a lot of consumer products which had a yearly cycle or 2-year cycle.
I like to do that.
Right, as opposed to Parmesh having Windows 95, Windows 2000.
That's great.
So, yeah.
So
How long are you going to be here?
I'm here until another hour.
So that's our TechEd picture. We had a TechEd in Hyderabad.
Yep. I was part of the making.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were there, huh? Let's see. Yeah, our team did really great at that event.
That's great.
We had a lot of participation in
From the speakers?
Bangalore and speakers, and in fact for the Hyderabad event the entire team was there.
Okay.
So
In a uniform.
very good. Yeah, in our uniform.
The
It was a
uniform.
good event.
That's good.
Good learning for people. Talk to the customers wherever they could.
Okay. So are you waiting for 06 yet? Take it 2006. You're already planning for it.
Take it 2006, huh? Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. You know.
Okay.
But we'll see how the participation. It depends on the ship cycle and other things.
Right. So actually, you have a
Now
lot.
we're
You
actually
have,
waiting for the launch event that happens.
exactly. So you have a lot of stuff to talk about during launch and
Yeah.
post-launch for Tech 06. Great. Okay. Thanks. Great meeting you.
Thank you very much.
So are we done with the team?
Yes.
Great. Thank you, guys.
On our team.
You guys have been great hosts.